one thing I really like about Merc with the Mouth is the covers. The covers are fantastic. Like,
those are pretty cool. So number 4 has the Scarface parody, right?
Yeah, the Scarface one, which is just awesome. But my favorite one is definitely the Day of the Dead one. And the head will walk the earth. That's just very brilliant. But
I always like the Jaws one.
The Jaws one's good too.
Really excited to see how well Deadpool Team Up works.
I don't know how I'm gonna like that because Deadpool's kind of the guy who I like to be kind of off doing his own thing. Like he might have like a couple friends, like Cable or Bob or Weasel, but he's not a team player, you know. Like I just don't know how that's gonna work. That's also one of my main beefs with him joining like X-Force or the X-Men or whatever. Like he's a loner. He does things on his own. He messes things up for teams. Like so I don't know how. That's just how I feel about it. But if you disagree, be sure to leave a comment on this video.
And if you didn't leave a comment on the last one, for shame, go back.
Yeah, do it.
And then come back.
Yeah, and then watch this one again and comment again.
Yes. I don't know if I'd so much mind him on teams. I actually after they canceled Cable Deadpool, I was really hoping they were going to come with. I actually always wanted to see an Agency X comic book.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
And of course, we're both big Agent X fans. I love that series. I want to see them put that in trade, like as one giant trade with all the whole story.
That would be really cool. But Agency X is just kind of like a mercenary group. It's not like an actual team because I don't think they really sended each person. They didn't really send them all at the same time. It's just like, all right, you do this, you do this, you do this. So.
Yeah. Oh, see, I think that's why I don't mind the team up so much because actually I think my favorite team ups there were both Deadpool and Alex and Deadpool and Taskmaster. Mm-hmm. Those are still my favorite team ups of all time. My favorite comic book, and the funny is the Deadpool versus Agent X, and I think it's Cable Deadpool 12 or 13.
Yeah.
When they're sitting there screaming at each other, shooting. Oh, I was laughing so hysterically at that.
Yeah, I mean, Agent X is kind of a fat bastard now.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they would get rid of that, but I would like to see him back again in his old...
You want to see him skinny again?
Yeah, like I remember when I was going to do the second episode, I originally wanted Agent X in there. Mm-hmm. I was originally going to have him in his office skinny again, and there'd be a sign in the background that said, the burger does not control you, or something. But then I was like, what if they brought Agent X back? Like, I was trying to keep the series in continuity, so. Mm-hmm. And it was good, because they referenced it in Suicide Kings, and he's still fat, so.
Yeah. But I kind of like the idea of him being fat just because it makes him that much slightly different from Deadpool. Yeah. I actually really want to see Agent X and Deadpool. Agent X is fat, go up and team up with Deadpool and do something together and still him, like, have him going out and being this big fat guy and kicking ass. Because I think it would be hilarious to see him do that. And it's stuff like that, though, that's going to make me not mind the team up too much. I think if he has funny, wacky experiences with a few people here and there, I don't know. I don't foresee it going more than a year.
I don't know how it's going to work because the numbers are going down.
Yeah, and that's kind of fun.
But that's another pet peeve I have with these is like the numbers don't mean anything in comics anymore.
Yeah.
Like you can go, oh, I'm just going to jump to 500 now. Oh, I'm just going to jump to 600. It doesn't matter. It's all about all the books together. Well, the number is supposed to be about what number of the volume you're in to keep track. You know, it's just, but nothing matters anymore. Like, let's just for shits and giggles say this comic lasts 900 issues. I'm sure we'd all be 80 by then. But what then? Does it go to negative? Does it start going back up again? You know, like it's just weird.
Yeah. And the big reason they were doing that, what was it? Action Comics or Detective Comics, one of them was hitting some big milestone, right? And so that's why Marvel's like, well, fine, we'll have a bunch of issue 600s. Yeah. And then, of course, Deadpool's like, well, hey, we got to do 900 over here.
Yeah, I actually love Deadpool 900, like, the idea of having just some random number Like, yeah, Deadpool reached this milestone, but not really. You know, because I hate that so much about the other comics, and the fact that they poked fun at it with Deadpool really made me happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Deadpool team. Like, I mean, I don't care about Hercules. I don't care about Ghost Rider or the two Ghost Riders because there's two on the cover. So
when did that happen?
Yeah, like I think one of them's Johnny Blaze and one of them's whoever the hell was him after Johnny Blaze. Or whatever.
Ryan Seacrest or something.
Yeah, Ryan Seacrest. Yeah. he's like, Ghost Rider, out! But,
I just don't see how he's going to have that interesting of an interaction with him. Like, I don't mind it when... I don't know if I'm going to mind the Hercules stuff, because supposedly, I don't know much about Hercules, but everyone's like, oh, he's kind of a funny character, too, who does stupid stuff all the time. So I was like, well, that I don't think I'll mind too much, because I think that'd be a good fit. But then you see the Ghost Rider one, and I'm like...
He's all about punishing evil and shit. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah, like the Hercules, I agree with those, but I just don't care. Is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see characters that I can. Like, I'd like to. The first Deadpool issue or team up issue for me would be Deadpool Taskmaster, right there. Like, he goes to the Initiative campground or whatever. Interesting thing, but I guess he did kind of help him in Magnum Opus. So.
Yeah. Oh, which that one bugged me.
Really?
Oh yeah, Magnum Opus, of all the stuff Daniel Wade did and the other guy, that one pissed me off the most. I've actually got a bit of a PSA that I've been thinking about doing on it. Just because there was a few, and I don't know if it was more the guy from the Thunderbolts who was writing Thunderbolts, if it was his fault, but I still blame Daniel Wade for it because I was bitter at that point. But there's a line in there where they're all shooting or fighting Taskmaster and stuff. One of the Thunderbolts will go, wow, when did Deadpool get so good?
Yeah.
And that ticked me. Like, I got pissed at that. I almost got up and wrote a letter to the letters page just going, seriously? How many times has Deadpool handed Taskmaster his ass? Because, yeah, as far as, I don't know, you may remember, you read the stuff fairly recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you may remember this a little bit better than I do. But I seem to remember Deadpool kicking Taskmaster's ass. Well, maybe not kicking his ass, but beating him almost every time they fought.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a time where Taskmaster won. But if I'm wrong, comment on this video.
Exactly.
Anyway, but actually, the thing about Magnum Opus that really interested me is I found the issues that were in Thunderbolts were a lot better than the issues of Deadpool.
Except for that
Deadpool's
one line.
Funnier in the Thunderbolts issues than he was in the Deadpool issues, which was weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Way was writing those at all, because he doesn't get a credit. But I would imagine that they would have had him on there somewhere.
Yeah, you figure you had to have at least something to do with it. Probably the other guy scripted, and that's what made it better. Yeah. Except for he scripted the line that he was better. That suddenly Taskmaster was better. I don't know. Have you noticed this too recently in Deadpool comics, where it seems like Deadpool's just always getting his butt kicked?
Yes.
And wasn't there a point though where like most people are like, wait, isn't Deadpool like the best mercenary ever?
Yeah, like that's something that annoyed me with Way's run for a really long time.
Yeah, same here.
Like Deadpool would be getting all these jobs and fail every time, and it's just like people would stop hiring him if he didn't get like success,
Exactly.
And he was like, there was like kind of like a running joke too that he was like broke all the time because he never got a job together.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I really liked about Benson is in the one shot, Benson had him get a job and complete it, and he get double the money for it because he figured out everything that was really going on.
Yeah. And
he fights the Punisher in Suicide Kings, loses the first time, and then wins the second time. And like I just thought that was more interesting than just always losing,
Yeah.
That's not fun to read for me.
But yeah, I can kind of understand the point of why they have to have Deadpool lose some, because now if he's this big fan favorite, you obviously just can't have him kick everyone's ass all the time. Which, again, my memory may be slightly skewed. Leave a comment below if I'm wrong. But I seem to remember Deadpool kicking most people's butts most of the time.
Yeah.
Like I love the thing with Rhino where he got shrunk and he fought Rhino, and Rhino's like, look, dude, even at your size, you're still kicking my ass. You're still like the toughest guy.
Yeah, like he learned martial arts from like the Yakuza, and like weapons proficiency from the army, and like I don't think some people realize how good he really is, and
exactly.
It's annoying. Exactly. It's annoying.
Actually, that was even one of my pet peeves as a kid. When I get some of the Marvel trading cards that they would have, there would be some, they would have their fighting level. And there was a few times where Deadpool, was maxed out at, level 7 or whatever it would be for that series. And there was a few times they'd have him down at like a 5 or 6. And that would always tick me off. I think that was my first experience of like fanboyism as a little kid going, no, he's better than that.